So far we have seen electric field due to continuous charge distribution using this formula. So in this electric field due to continuous charge distribution, we have three cases, that is case A, case B and case C. So in the first case A, we are going to see the length of the wire. So if the charge Q is uniformly distributed along the length of the wire. So now let us discuss the first case. So this length of the wire can be given as, let us take this as the length of the wire. Consider this as the length of the wire with the charges Q. And let us take a small element so that we can find the accurate value. Let the charge of this small element be dq and the length of this small element be dl from a point P, and the distance between the charge and the point P is r. So this length of the given wire can be written as in linear charge density, that is lambda is equal to Q by L. This is lambda is equal to Q by L is a linear charge density, that is charge per unit length. So the unit of lambda, that is linear charge density, is coulomb per meter, that is unit of charge is coulomb and unit of length is meter. So when the meter goes to numerator, it goes as per numerator, that is coulomb per meter. Now let us derive the expression for length here. So here we have to do cross multiplication between this lambda and the L to find out the charge Q. So Q is equal to lambda multiplied by L. So to find out the small value of Q, here we are going to substitute dq is equal to lambda multiplied by small l, that is dl. Here what we are going to do is, we are going to substitute this formula into this formula. So instead of dq here, we are going to substitute this formula. So we will get the value as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught integral of, instead of dq we are going to write this, that is lambda dl upon r square, r unit vector. This is the charge Q which is uniformly distributed along the wire of the length L. So this can be even written as, now what we are going to do is, we are going to take all the constant outside. So lambda is also constant because there is a linear charge density, lambda upon 4 pi epsilon naught integral of dl upon r square, r unit vector. So now we are going to see the surface of area, which is a case B. So in this surface of area, now we are going to consider a surface. Let us consider this as a surface, and let us consider this as a surface A with the charge Q, and let us consider a small area here, and the charge which is acting on this area is dq because we are considering a small charge, and the area is dA, which is a small area. So the formula for the area is surface charge density is sigma is equal to Q by A. So unit of this surface, the unit of surface charge density is centimeter per meter square, that is unit of charge is coulomb and unit of area is meter. So when it goes to numerator, it is per meter square, that is coulomb per meter square. Now let us consider a point P which is away from the surface area, and the distance between the charge and the point be r. Now let us cross multiply these two terms. So we will get Q is equal to, since we are going to find the charge, Q is equal to sigma into dA. Now since we are dealing with a small area of charges, we have taken the term as dA. And since we are taking very small charge which is dq, it can be written as dq is equal to sigma into dA. Now we are going to substitute these equation into the electric field equation, that is E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught integral of, instead of dq here we are going to write this equation, that is sigma dot dA upon r square, r unit vector. Now we are going to take all the constants on the left hand side. Then the equation becomes E vector is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught integral of, here it is sigma dA upon r square r unit vector. So this is our B case in case of surface area. Now we are going to see the C case. If the charge Q is uniformly distributed in a volume V. Now let us consider this as a object and we are going to find the volume of an object. Now we are going to find the volume of the object. Let the charge Q which is acting on this area be Q and the volume be V. Here since we have taken very small object, let us consider the charge of this object as dQ and the volume of this object be dV. Now the formula for this volume, that is volume charge density, is equal to rho is equal to Q by V. So Q is a charge and V is a volume. Charge per unit volume. And the unit of this surface charge density, that is volume charge density, is centimeter per meter cube. Sorry, coulomb per meter cube. Because unit of charge is coulomb and unit of volume is meter cube. Here since it goes to numerator, it comes as meter, coulomb per meter cube. Here also we are going to do cross multiplication between these two values. So here Q is equal to rho into V. Since we are taking very small charge here, this can be written as dQ is equal to rho into, here we are going to take a small volume, then it is dV. Now we are going to substitute these value into this equation. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, same 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, integral of, what is my dQ value here? Instead of this dQ value, I am going to write this dQ value, rho into dV upon r square r unit vector. Now I am going to take all the constant on my left hand side. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, rho by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, integral of dV upon r square into r unit vector. So this is the electric field due to the line of total charge Q, and this is the electric field due to the total charge acting on area A, and this is the electric field due to a volume of total charge and given by these three equations, and these are the three cases of electric field due to continuous charge distribution which is derived with the help of this equation.